So we picked up a big lag spike there. I'm not even sure if it was a lag spike. Certainly some very strange things happening. I've been disconnected from Twitch. I'm hoping we can get in, but it looks like the reasoning for it might just be the long-awaited techies update. So fingers crossed. We'll keep you updated on that. At this stage, I think I'm actually loaded back into the game fine. David, can you hear me at all? David. Can hear you but garbled. Most peculiar. Well, this is very, very strange. I am hoping. I'm just wondering whether the call's going to go out that we all need to quit update and then try some kind of reload the lobby and log back into the game, or whether we're just going to try and keep the game going as is. And I'm also hoping that the stream starts up, because I don't understand why my stream dropped when Dota had an update. That confuses me a little bit. I don't know whether there was some big internet hiccup caused by the massive importance of the techies update. And if you're wondering why I'm not sure about that yet, because obviously this is a tournament game, I'm on a 2-minute delay, so I can see myself streaming there, but when I look there and I'm trying to find out, you know, am I streaming yet? It still says offline. Love all you guys who have the patience to wait through this. There we go. It looks like it's loading up. Okay, and I can actually see that. Yeah, I can actually see. I'm streaming fine. There's no drop frames. Okay, so, two. I think I am fine again. Phew, and I can see myself, and I'm streaming, and that is wonderful. Yeah. Hey, David, can you hear me now? Still very garbled. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah, normally I would say this is probably my fault, but I just don't have lag, and I'm streaming, so. Just keeping David up to date on the situation. Huge respect to everybody who is waiting patiently through this. I would reward you with upbeat techno music. No? Where's my upbeat techno music? This isn't upbeat at all. And it looks like the game's starting. Okay, so hoping that the lag is not too bad, although it looks like it's absolutely horrendous. Storm Spirit taking a lot of damage here as they try and retreat down bot lane. Puck, Viper bravely trying to get a couple of Qs off on the Puck here, actually bringing him down to half health, but I think he would have been better to just try and run the hell away. He's got a pack of 3 chasing him. Meanwhile, Puck, that can't be Puck, Nyx Assassin? No. Nyx Assassin busy farming top lane. Rubik about to pick up a haste rune on the top as well, and I mean, you know, this is all space for them. David reports game is not lagging for him, but my voice is. Probably means that it is related to my 178 ping. Yeah, I think it's just there's certain users having lag. Just having a quick chat with David, seeing if we can work out exactly what to do here. And yeah, 2 members of the UG side, 3 members of the UG side now DCing. Don't know if they're actually going to try and... Don't know if they're actually just going to try and restart things. Yeah, I think this might be a whole bunch of people. I mean, I will say this is what Dota has been like all day. I had one match earlier where it was just mass disconnects every 5 minutes. Oh, I heard something there briefly from David. Okay, so just having a quick look, we've got, yeah, 4 members of the UG side down. Oh, Davey says, "Whoa, I can hear you, Davey." Yes!
Yeah, you're suddenly perfect, totally perfect.
I don't know, clapping and.
Okay, so do me a favor real quick while we're paused. No, do not mean to interrupt your speech, but just do me a favor real quick. Now, this may be related to, this may be somewhat off, so let's not take this too seriously. But just for a moment, let's look at where Wraith King is, okay?
Right.
And then let's look at Mirana, and we can see that lifesteal animation on Mirana. That can't be right.
That can't be right. Like, not even.
That can't be right.
That just cannot be right. Right. Okay. Radius 900. That's straight from. Game
you know what? You know what? I figured it out.
Oh my god.
I'm stupid.
It's amazing.
Stupid.
How did it stretch that far? It's almost as if she had her own.
Mirana
no, I didn't notice that
has
either.
a helm of the Dominant. I was like, how is that Wraith King aura so big? How is she doing this? This makes no sense. How is he reaching her?
I'm also.
And in fact, he was not.
I'm also enjoying the fact that UG seem to be taking it in turns to disconnect, making sure they've always got one person in the game.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll get their connection back. Yeah, this big update. Do you think it is techies? You haven't updated yet, right?
No, I have not. It is not. It is not a big update. It is not a big update. Another small one. By the way, just in case anyone has not heard, I'm not sure if you've seen the news. Not directly related to this game, but Puppy has left Navi.
My gosh, the big boss himself.
Just announced.
No,
and
I
Era
had
has left
not
Fnatic.
heard that.
Just very recently, Era has left Fnatic. Puppy has left Navi.
I have to admit, the Navi news to me is slightly bigger. I mean, I was disappointed with them at TI4, but they've always been one of those teams that are very, very. I don't know.
I don't think it was
a Navi roster change is big news.
I didn't detect bitterness. It didn't seem to be the nature of it. I'm not sure if this is switching to another team and maybe retiring, but Puppy and Era have both left their teams respectively.
A big day.
Indeed.
Looks like no one's doing the update. So, nobody wants to be kicked out of the game or discover that their version is no longer valid.
It shouldn't have an effect because there's no actual. It's all store and crafting updates. There are no gameplay changes whatsoever in any of these patches. So it should not have an effect, but you never know.
Fingers crossed. And it looks like we're good to go.
Here we go.
Hooray! Marana clearing out bot lane
I'm
very
sure
fast.
you had all sorts of very important, insightful comments.
Oh, you have no idea. It was all about the important.
I had no idea what you were saying. I'm basically straight noob now if I wasn't before.
Yep, Nature's Prophet taking a lot of damage up top. Oh, and Rubik steals trees, manages to get a great deal of harass off just for them and block off Nature's Prophet's options. A nice stun from Nyx to finish off the kill. And that's a decent pickoff for CNB.
Absolutely.
You know, they've got a good team for
The
catching
last
out
time
that
they got a
Nature's
Nature's
Prophet
Prophet pickoff, well, as we discussed, the last time they got that Nature's Prophet pickoff, it turned into their first real one team fight of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I will say there is something particularly satisfying. I think, and I enjoy playing Rubik. He's one of the sports that I really enjoy playing. But I would say probably the most satisfying thing about Rubik is not like people get excited about stealing the big ults and all that stuff, and that's satisfying. That's fun. But to me, the most satisfying thing is stealing the little skills that heroes just use to annoy you throughout the game. And then using that against somebody. Like stealing the treants and blocking someone in during a game as a Nature's Prophet. When I play Rubik, that's like, yeah, how you like it, Nature's Prophet? Not so great now, is it? Yeah.
Suffer from this.
Right.
I liked watching the treants
Little
attack
taste
each
of
other as
medicine.
well. That's always
Oh yeah,
fun.
that's always fun. The best one is, of course, the Eidolons versus Eidolons battles. Those are just...
Those never end. I mean...
Yeah, I know, right?
Or Spiderling versus Spiderling battle, because of course a Spiderling will turn its anything it kills into a spider, right? Even apparently another Spiderling.
Now, have you ever done the fun thing with Rubik and Chin?
What's the fun thing with Rubik and Chen? Oh, where you steal the creeps back and forth, so that you each get.
Yep.
What does it add? It's like 400 health or something, isn't it? That it adds on each time.
Infinite health creep.
Oh, but what's the additive each time?
400 flat. I think.
So there we go. We get a nice initiation. Viper being brought solo. Does eat a 5-second arrow as well. Finally wears off in time for him to pop the mech. Meanwhile, Wraith King being left a little bit behind as the CNB team actually kind of seemed to for a while there to seemed to want to take the fight to UG. Now looks like people are just backing out. But
yeah, Stream Coil down. Wraith King does not have mana for ult.
Yeah, and this is the perfect time now for CNB to push. They counter-initiated really well there. Just keeping the pressure up enough for the Viper to get out, back up, heal up, and then just come back in with all the ults down. And inevitably they're the ones to lead the advantage.
He's
Wraith King's leaving.
not doing this.
Oh no, sorry, never mind. Wrong call. Nature's Prophet did a good push on top, but his old friend Nixie Magoo has come out to say hello.
Nixie Magoo.
Nixie Magoo. If you're allowed to say Natty
I want a
Prof,
t-shirt that says Nixie Magoo now.
I'm allowed to say Nixie Magoo.
I'm not complaining. I'm not objections. You're not gonna say Natty Prof with me? You don't understand how important this is to a certain special someone.
I will say Natty Prof.
This Natty Prof thing is a really big deal to them.
I will say Natty Prof with all my heart.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
But I like being troll, so maybe that's just me. Who knows? Oh, Nature's Prophet TP's into bad trouble.
What was that?
that was the worst place TP I've seen in a long time. He does manage to shadow blast BKB out.
Oh my
gosh.
But it's like, Marana's like, hey, Nature's Prophet, we got this, man. Let's do this. He's like, you sure? No, yeah, we got this. We got this. Okay, here we go.
TP's in behind the trees at the point where the gank squad is waiting to jump out on Marana. Oh.
I know that feeling with Nature's Prophet. So you said this was a good gank, Marana. I trusted you.
Oh, Natty Prof.
I trusted you.
Oh, Natty Prof.
Natty Prof.
What you doing, buddy?
What will he ever do?
What you doing? Alright, let's have so net worth. Nature's Prophet miles ahead on the net worth. Marana the closest behind, 500 behind. Viper the highest CNB, 3,000 behind that. So quite a significant lead in terms of the build on these cores. But as you pointed out, you know, Nature's Prophet, well, in my opinion, Marana, we've argued about this before, I think, but not the hardest carries in the game. It's the Wraith King they really want to be.
There. You seem to. You've said this before, and I've said I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm on your side.
Oh no.
Marana can be a carry in certain situations.
We can argue, you know, even if we agree, we can still argue. We're good
That's
at
true.
it.
That's a really good point.
We're really good at it.
Good point.
So yeah, no, I'm just not a huge fan of it. Not unless you got a definite thing in mind and you take advantage of how good her skills are. But she won't scale. She won't naturally scale like you need a carry to.
Yep.
Natty Prof,
Yep.
the creator of Natty Prof, is with us, if I recognize Davidy's background voices correctly.
Yes.
So down on the bot
Davidy's
wave, we've
talking about
got
Natty
green
Prof.
creeps farming red creeps, and at the same time, concurrently, as you might say, red creeps farming green creeps. That's,
I have never heard that described that way. I've never ever heard anyone say that.
Nobody
I
ever
find
thinks
that
about the
intensely
creeps.
satisfying.
You know, why can't they get a BKB and stuff? That would be...
No, it's just green creeps against red creep. Green creeps farming red creeps. That's really good. That's like insightful.
Well, I mean, it doesn't...
I don't know.
Viper Strike with that huge range with the Aghanim Scepter. Unfortunately interrupted by a Masterful Blink from Wraith King. But still, I always like that range. What's that green spit, I assume? Just arcing over a 900 meter distance.
I believe Venom is the not
Yeah,
politically correct term, but it's the preferred term.
yeah, okay. But it's
Venom is
spit.
not
I mean,
spit. It's a separate. No.
Okay,
no.
well,
Venom
he's
is not spit.
ejecting some bodily fluid at you from his mouth over just before we start losing our license here. And you know it's going over 900. That's big blink initiation on 4DR from the Wraith King. The arrow is going to miss, unfortunately. Doesn't quite have enough time on the stun. Rubik stealing the stun in return, so they're going to have that.
Wraith King. They cannot afford to hit him.
Well, that's going to wear off though. The cooldown the duration on Blade Mail being so short. Unfortunately, CNB being a little bit split up here, and that's what's going to start seeing them be picked off. And I really don't know if there's anything they can do here. 40R still alive, but
nothing they can do.
Oh, and the TP interrupted by disruption. That's a dead Viper and a dead Abaddon. That is a 4-man. Sorry, 5-man wide.
Jim on the ground. Jim on the ground, boys.
Picked up by Shadow
And we
Demon.
get smoke?
Yeah, man, you need smoke if you're going to push into 5 dead people. It's
okay. Very important.
Also, it's important to catch the
he
tree
was
in the
just
smoke.
probably popping it so he could pick up the gem.
And also for the movement speed. Actually, now that I think of it, when you are just trying to rush down a lane, you know, 15% movement speed bonus, not the worst thing in the world.
But it was the combination of the Blade Mail and the Mjolnir active that won them that fight. Because Wraith King just frontlined, and they hitting him was completely not an option. It would have wiped anyone that tried to take him out. And they just, all they could do was run away as everyone sniped them down from the back.
Very quickly,
that combination was just unbeatable.
Very quickly, just tear through the racks like melted butter, and there's actually a great push going on top. Doesn't look like they want to commit there to secure it though. They're trusting that this catapult won't get it down into deny range, and they're right to because it won't. Roshan is back up again. Now I know you. If you were playing on UG right now, you would go straight for Roshan, just instantly.
Certainly would.
And UG seem to agree with you. Like if you're ever wondering where Davide is, like if he's offline or something, he's probably a Roche. That's generally the first place to look.
Has been killed by the Dire.
It works. You gotta, kick them when they're down. The moment where everyone's psychologically shattered and they're arguing about why they lost a fight and like, okay, we lost Rex. What are we gonna do now, guys? And oh wait, Roche is already gone. It's too late.
Oh well, now we gotta sit back and wait to be murdered again. Nature's Prophet, Natty Prof, being bold up here, and of course the gem was taken. They know that. They're very confident. They're gonna 2-hit kill this Ned. Poor Ned. Or possibly not. A beautiful stun lock coming down, and then Nick's assassin just crit, right click, Dagon. Everything.
Only needed one hit to kill the Rubik. He could have easily 2-hit him. Couldn't get off the second right click. And so correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe Orchid Active was used in that gank from Nature's Prophet, which is what I expected him to Orchid one and then hit the other.
It can't have been, because I mean certainly both of them were casting spells. I mean he did want to. I think he was just getting the Sprout. Very nice kill on the
Nature's Prophet Orchid. Oh, I see.
Yeah, he got off the Sprout and then got stunned or lifted. So I would have. I guess he was thinking there's no point in jumping in and orchiding because they both got stuns. He just knew he'd have to sit. I don't know. I can see your point. I think he had a lot of spells to cast and did them in possibly not the ideal order. Tier 2 top gonna take some damage, but it doesn't look like CNB want to commit to this.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It's probably fine. Trust me, I'm a supercomputer and I barely understand what's happening right now.
Just doing a quick check on the Twitch chat for something. And yeah, now we've got Now we've got CNB. I don't know. I kind of feel like these pushes are great for UG, but I keep feeling like CNB can just find the right combination of kills and pushes to actually take this back.
UG has the clear late game advantage, though. CNB has to. It's going to need an overextension from UG, because they're not going to just wait for the opportunity and strike. I mean, if nothing else, you know, we're what 39 minutes into the game, and although I will say this, UG would benefit a lot watching their buyback status. I know they have their tier 2s up, and I believe almost all their tier 2s are at more or less full health. But still, I guess the tier 2 insurance should be enough. But there's only one buyback on UG's side.
Big zip in, zip out from Storm Spirit.
I don't know what.
Oh, and a beautiful stun coming out from Wraith King. They've also managed to pick up a Hex Stick somewhere along the line. Wraith King being brought so low, he's going to be finished off, but of course, obviously, it's Wraith King. He'll be right back. At the same time, the Aegis popped on Mirana right in the background from Storm Spirit. But UG do have the rune they need to just roll down into this rack, into this base, right up on the high ground. Right now, I think the frontline heroes are trying to just get some pick-off kills, force them back even further, but mainly they win this as long as they can keep the pressure up on the barracks, which they are absolutely doing with the Nature's Prophet while all that was going on. That was range down. It's not what they came for. They really want melee. They're going to risk throwing away some kills for it, though. Beautiful stun coming out from Mirana, and that actually just gives them time to nuke down the Storm Spirit. Another gem being picked up by UG there, and that's GG called out from Wesley. Wow, big game.
Absolutely.
Whee! Well, yeah, GG, well played. What do you think?
I do not think this was surprising. I think that UG's what they meant to do was very clear. I think you and I talked about it. I felt like we outlined the exact plan that we think UG was going to do during the draft, and I think CNB's choice to put the Storm Spirit safe lane and not have the Viper and the Abaddon together was just a bad decision.
Yeah.
Also, and Storm Spirit went Lincolns instead of Orchid.
I think that could have been really.
That was the wrong decision.
Well, yeah, let's see how this affects the next game. Anybody watching on Twitch, please do follow, subscribe, help me do what I'm doing more often. And we'll be right back for game 2. I'm just going to switch this over to the be right back screen, put on some music, but stay around.
See you guys.